Now you find me in a very, very warm Worcester down in the Western Cape. And the reason I'm here is we have managed to find, I think, one of the most important NGOs when it comes to youth in our country. I want to bring into the conversation board member Bruno Loyiso. This is an organization that is the acronym, stay with me, YWAM. And I'm going to let him explain why that is. By the way, his nickname locally is Bruno Loyiso, but his real surname is Bruno Loyiso. Bruno, wonderful to have you with us on eNCA, and I appreciate you making time for us. YWAM, just explain the acronym, and what is it exactly you do here?
Thank you for having us on the show, Gareth. YWAM stands for Youth with a Mission. It's an international organization all over the world in about 180 countries. In South Africa, we have different mission bases, probably about 14 of them. And here in Worcester, we're here to train and to do community development.
And the big focus is the youth, which we know government will say is one of their big priorities. Are you filling a gap? Are you working alongside government? Where do you position yourself in that youth development, youth opportunity discussion?
Yeah, no, we believe in partnership, not just with government, also with government, but with different stakeholders from the private sector as well. And so our heart is to work together with people. We're very involved in different sectors, different areas like schools. We have soup kitchens, and we have our skills program, which is where my passion is really going for. Yeah.
Problems that you are working to solve in Worcester. You're obviously here for a reason. What are those problems that you tend to try and assist and deal with? What are you dealing with in Worcester at the moment, for example?
Yeah, look, I think in the last socioeconomic profile of Worcester, or the Breede Valley as it's called here, it said that 57% of our population lives below the poverty line. That means that more than half of the people of Worcester live with less, or have to survive with less than 1,200 Rand a month. So that's the problem. I mean, there's lots of problems attached to it, of course. I mean, poverty is the big word we use, but there's unemployment, there's drug abuse, there's gang activity, corruption, etc., etc. And we're trying to help make a difference to overcome poverty in the long run.
You're obviously a resident of Worcester as well. I think you said 18 years you've been in this area. If you just had to summarize it for me, is it better now than when you first got here, or is it worse now than when you first got here?
I think you can't generalize over the whole picture. I think there's areas where it's really become better, where we see a lot of positive change. We're growing. Our economy here in Worcester, I think, is growing. There's new developments happening. So there's a lot of positive change that is happening. And then there's areas where we don't see that much change yet. For example, the 57% I alluded to just now was 3 years earlier was 58%. So it's 1% difference. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for 57% difference, and that's in the long run what we're hoping for.
So the State of the Nation address is the reason I'm talking to you as well. The President will always talk about opportunities for the youth. The youth are our future and all that. Do you believe that is really being done in your experience in this part of the country? If it wasn't for organizations like YWAM, would they get it right, do you think?
Look, I don't think we should be focusing too much on what the government can do for us. It's more about what can we do for the country. And I think that's where we need to have an approach of can we hold hands together, be it government, be it the private sector, different NGOs, businesses, schools. What can we change together? And I think that's what we try to aim here, to build bridges and to make a difference together, because only together we can make a change. Unity, as it's said, the government of national unity, right? We want to see more of that. We like the language, now we want to see it implemented, not just in government, but in the whole of the nation.
Before I ask you about what you would like to hear in the President's speech, what do you think either the mayor or local government in the immediate future needs to do to either assist you or the community or Worcester at large? Is there one thing that stands out, what they can improve on?
There's probably many things we all can improve on, but I think the area of skills development is what very close to my heart, which I think could make an immediate difference in the next 5 years. If we manage to shift the focus from academic to actually also vocational technical training, It's great to have academic training, universities and so on. We need that, but we also need to embrace that we need plumbers, we need electricians that are qualified, that can make a difference in the economy. And if we can put out programs more like that, even maybe early in the schools, if we can already have high schools that include those type of trainings, so that when people get out of school, they can actually get a job. I think this will benefit our economy, and we will see the 57% coming down rapidly.
Now, the last question, as I've asked all of those who have been kind enough to join me, you are writing one small part of the President's speech for SONA this week. He's going to put that in his speech. What would you put there?
I don't think I have the wisdom as President Ramaphosa will have in this complex situation. So I wouldn't dare to write his speech. But I do have confidence that he will talk and also act on unity, bringing more unity into the nation. Where there's unity, God commands a blessing, we say. It's in Psalm 133. And that's what we're trusting for, that there will be more unity, that he will see the need of bringing vocational technical training more on the forefront, and stirring that and encouraging that, bringing stakeholders on board so that we can partner together on that. And then I think for us as an international organization, what we're struggling with is the visa issue at the moment. It's become more and more difficult to get visas for internationals to come and share their expertise, their experience for free, actually. But that's been a challenge where we're hoping that the issue around home affairs can be sorted out. But I wouldn't dare to write that for the President. I think he has a lot to deal with, and I hope that I trust that he will have the wisdom, and we certainly pray for him.
Bruno, thank you very, very much for joining us. Board member here at YWAM down in Worcester. As you can, doing incredible work, everything from early childhood development and education all the way up to hopefully vocational skills training to uplift the community, create jobs, and there's opportunities for the youth that we always hear in the President talk about as we continue our road to SONA 2025. Next stop, UV, is going to be Cape Town. Hopefully it's a bit cooler than here in Worcester. I should have put some sunscreen on.
Well, I don't want to hear any of your complaining, Gareth Edwards. You take any weather that comes your way. But thank you for collecting these gems along the way as you make your way to SONA on Thursday. Good luck and be safe on the roads.